top.
Yeah.
You'll notice I tend to write out the final units over here on the right so that we know what we're going towards.
Hmm.
It's our the address we're trying to get to, and we're putting it into our phone there to go somewhere new.
Right.
Okay. All right. So Raheem drives 105 kilometers per hour on a freeway in Windsor, Ontario. When he crosses into Detroit, Michigan, he resumes the same speed. How fast is that in miles per hour? So again, we just start out with the given quantity, kilometers per hour. Okay. All right. And then you're going to multiply by, well, we want to get to miles per hour. Okay, so we've already got the hours already checked off, so we just have to deal with the kilometers. And we're going to kilometers to miles. Always match the top with the bottom unit. 1.61 kilometers in 1 mile, like that. So we're going to take 105 and divide it by 1.61.
Mm.
Questions on that?
Um, I mean, like I put in, I want to say it was like 1 kilometers for 0.62 miles. So I don't.
That does work. It's just that does work. It's just your preference for how you do it.
Oh,
But
okay.
what
Okay.
you did is you continued on to converting, hours to minutes. And
Yeah.
so you already have that. So you're okay on that front.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, kilometers per second. Let me see here. That fine. And then minutes to seconds. So yeah, you're close here. Let me grab your work here for the number 49. So this is good. Okay. 30 kilometers per second. And then you go from
Hmm.
kilometers to miles. So that's good. Okay. Now you're
Right.
dealing with the seconds. You convert the seconds to minutes, but uh we're trying to get to hours. So hour on the bottom, minutes on the top, because minutes is on the bottom here. It's got to go to the top. And there's
Yeah.
60 minutes in 1 hour. Oh, I'm sorry, you do have that. Okay. I didn't,
Yeah.
I didn't, I don't know why I didn't see that. Yeah. So as long as your calculation is correct, which assuming it is, you got it. Very good.
Awesome.
All right. So maybe just a little more confidence, heading into the exam, believe in yourself, sort of thing, visualize it, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
All right. Baker needs 200 cups of flour for the week. She buys flour in 5-pound bag, which contain 18.5 cups. So like you did, you underlined the given quantity, 200 cups. So ideally you would have cup on the bottom and then bags on the top. Okay. So one bag is 18.5 cups. I know it says it's a 5-pound bag, but it's still just one bag. Like you don't care how much the bag weighs. You just know you're
Yeah.
buying a
We just
bag.
care about the cup. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the, oh
So
yeah,
you got
and the
85
bags.
cups in one bag. Because you can only buy, like, it's, even though it says 5, you can only buy it in a bag. So this is why you divide here. That'll give you the number of bags. Now, if it asks for the number of pounds, that's a different story. But this is just
Right.
asking for the number of bags. So,
So it's a decimal, but would it just, I'm assuming it would just be 10 bags.
well, that won't be enough though. If you buy
Right.
10 bags, that's only going to get you to 185 cups. You generally round up to the next bag.
So 11 bags.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of like what I was thinking.
And
Right.
we do this.
Awesome.
I mean, we do this a lot. We tend to um, overbuy.
Right.
And because we don't want to not have enough. That's worse. A little
Yeah,
extra
that
is
would
okay.
suck.
All right. So now if each wrapping paper sheet covered 60 square inches, how many sheets must she purchase? Okay. So as long as your conversion here is correct, which I don't know why it wouldn't be, 51 looks really good.
Awesome.
Uh, it's now, I mean, again, kind of you probably need to round up to 9 sheets. I don't know, maybe you can cut a
Oh
sheet in
yeah.
half. I don't know if it's aluminum foil, you can cut the aluminum foil sheet in half. I don't know how this situation works. Um,
Let's write that next to it.
okay, any thoughts on those before we proceed to the next page?
Nope, I think I'm pretty good on those.
Okay, 52.
And then this one, I like multiplied 648 3 times, and that's how I got that big number. And then I got confused.
Yeah, so you start with the feet squared and we know that the truck holds 6 cubic yards. So we need to get to
Or it's feet cubed.
not feet cube. Yeah, thank you. So 3 feet is 1 yard and we need to cube this.
Yeah.
So 648 feet cubed times 1 yard cubed over 27 feet cubed like that. That will give us yards cubed. And then we know that one truckload is 6 yards cubed like that. But what we really know here is that one truckload costs $85. Okay.
Right.
So you do end up multiplying by 85, but you have to do this conversion here as well. There's also this other issue of like whether you can get like a partial truckload. Um, this is a good question to ask your instructor before you get to the exam. Like don't wait and wonder in the exam because like I don't know what's reasonable here. Well, actually this one worked out perfectly. This was 4 truckloads. So that is perfect. So you would take four times the 85, which is $340. Because let's just say it was like 4.2 truckloads. Well, I mean, if you and I owned a trucking company, we're not gonna be okay charging at 20% capacity.
Right. Mm. These have gotten easier, honestly.
Yeah, they have the appearance of being challenging, but you know, keep in mind probably your questions will come from here on the in the exam. So the more you do these, maybe the teacher just changes a number or it's exactly the same in the best case. Um,
Right.
all right, a rectangular room measures 180 feet squared. The entire room is to be covered with rectangular tiles that measure 6 inches squared. Tiles are sold at 10 for $1.20. What will it cost to tile the room? So this is a better example. Like you have to buy 10. You can't buy, you can't buy 9, you can't buy 11, you got to buy 10. So we're going to take the
Mhm.
given quantity and we're going to convert feet to inches. So 12 inches and 1 foot, but because it's squared, we have to square this.
That'd be, yeah, 144 over one.
Yes. Okay, so this gives us the inches squared, and we know that we can buy um the tiles are 6 inches squared. You get and it's for 10 tiles. So this will tell us how many tiles we need. And again, it's all about just getting those units to line up here. That's like the whole point of this exercise.
Right. Right. That seems
So this ends up being,
nine.
wow. 43,200 tiles. That's a lot of tiles. Okay. And so, uh, wait, sorry, this is wrong. I apologize. It's one tile. Sorry, I don't know why I put 10 there. It's one tile. So this actually changes to 4,320. Okay. Let me double
All
check
right,
that.
got that.
Okay, so now we know how many tiles we need. So we know that you can, for each tile, for each 10 tiles, 10 tiles costs $1.20. So again, the tiles cancel, you're left with money, you're dividing by 10 and multiplying by 1.20.
Mm, for 10 tiles.
Yeah, so like they come in packs of 10 and yeah, the 120 each, which is actually a great price for tile. Tile is way more expensive than that.
Yeah,
Um,
I was gonna say that's actually a pretty good price for that
well,
much.
yeah, I mean, I mean, you're now, yeah. One of the problems if you watch like a lot of those shows on like HGTV is they were filmed so long ago that prices are so much higher now that's just unreasonable to
Yeah,
even like
no,
go off
for
of
real.
that. Gas, I mean, I don't know, it seems like gas went up over the weekend $1. It's all
Oh my gosh, yeah. I want to say our gas is like way more expensive than California's now, which is really
yeah,
sad.
it's unbelievable. So,
Yeah, no, for real.
all right. Retail price of 1 liter of milk in Canada was 1.68 CAD. Um, yeah, 1 liter price per gallon. Okay. So dollars per gallon. So you're on the right track here because you've done the first part, which is to convert from liters to gallons. So presuming that that's correct, 0.26 gallons, we need to now go to dollars. So we need to know how many Canadians are in a US dollar. And I have no idea because I don't know the exchange rates. But let's take a look here. It says 1.37 CAD is 1 US dollar, like that. That's 4.72 dollars.
Mm, got it. Be $4.72 per gallon.
Uh, yes, per gallon, thank you.
Awesome.
And that would be important. If you left that out like I did, I would lose points on the test. So,
Yeah.
so all right.
Agreed.
Let's see here. Next one. We're still working through this. 55, 55, 55. All right. All right. Grocery store selling boneless chicken breast for $4.06 per pound. Okay, so you've got it. You always start with the money on top and the pounds on the bottom. So you've got a lot of switching to do here. How many euros per gram would this be? So presuming that you got the pounds to grams, which is it looks
Mhm.
right to me. Pounds should go up here, 453.59 grams. And then euros, we know that $1 is 0.86 euros. That's not accurate. The exchange is different, right? But there you go. That gets you the euros per gram. So your number is off here because you got to multiply the top divided by the bottom. It's gonna be pretty pretty low. Let's take another look here. Yeah, so this is 0.0077 euros per gram.
Dang, so I just had it all backwards.
Maybe you're tired when you did this, who knows?
I probably was, honestly. All right.
Good night's sleep, that's probably more important than a heavy night of studying.
No,
You know,
literally.
food.
Probably, but sometimes I choose not to.
Yeah, food, you know. All right. There's a great TED talk on sleep being a superpower.
Oh
So
yeah,
really,
I
really,
want to say I've heard about that. I need to
it
watch it
really is
again.
amazing what even just one bad night of sleep does to the body. It's not good.
Right.
Okay, so um if a person is 220 pounds, we need to convert that to kilograms. So we need to go pounds to kilograms. Do you have that conversion on your sheet? Let's take a look. Um,
Um,
yes, 1 pound is 0.45 kilograms. So that tells us the weight of the person in kilograms, and the dosage here is milligrams per kilogram. It's 12 milligrams for 1 kilogram. So that'll tell us how many milligrams the person needs. And we know that one tablet is 400 milligrams. So that will tell us how many tablets we need. Well, if this number, whatever this number is, if it's more than one, like let's say it's like 1.3, that means maybe you take two. I don't know. Again, that might be a good question
right.
to ask your instructor. Maybe it works out perfectly. I don't know how this actually works when they give the dosages. Uh, they always ask for your weight, height and weight when you go see a doctor. Maybe this is why.
Yeah.
So this ends up being 2.97 tablets, which we presume rounds up to
Yeah.
three tablets. And I don't know why they call them tablets. I mean, we think of them as pills, I guess. Don't know.
Yeah. Pills, tablets. Tablets are probably like the more medical way of saying pills, I would assume.
Yeah. They have to dumb it down for us regular folk that don't speak the
Right?
lingo. Yeah. Yeah, I was at a doctor recently and he's like he talked to me about I'm like, dude, I don't know anything about the body. Like,
Yeah.
be simple. Like, I know other stuff. I don't know anything about my body, like parts talking about it. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Taylor Swift earns an astounding 13.6 million per concert and takes home around 4.5 million after expenses. Shows been lasting around 3 hours and feature around 44 songs. How much does Taylor Swift take home per minute, and how much does she take home per song she sings? Okay, let's do so she gets 4.5 million per show. Okay, so you've always got to like convert, like that's not useful. That one is, but that's per show, dollars per show. Now,
Okay.
one show is 44 songs. So you can see show, cancel the show, 4.5 divided by 44. That is a lot of songs. Did you go to her concert in Phoenix recently?
No, I didn't. I'm not, I mean, like, I like Taylor Swift, but I'm not like that much of a fan to spend that much to go to a concert.
All right. Well, so this was 0.102 million per song. If they
Yeah.
want this in dollars, you would multiply by 10 to the sixth to get dollars. It doesn't say. It just seems like a lot of songs. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know she does sing a lot.
Yeah. Now how much does she, that, so that's the per song. So we got that, per minute. So per minute is a little bit, easier, I think, because it's dollars, per show. And then we know that, one show is 3 hours. And then we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes.
Mm.
So this will also be kind of a decimally number. You want to, maybe you do want to convert this to, so this is 0.025 million per minute. So maybe you do want to multiply by 10 to the 6 to get the dollars per minute.
Oh, okay. What is that, like some million, I think?
Yeah, well, it's a lot. I mean, it's, if you multiply by 10 to the 6 here, let me do that for you. Um, that's a more, it's 25,000 per minute. And then this other one, it's a big number. Times 10 to the 6th, 6, not that. This other one is, $102,273 per song.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. All right. So that takes care of that problem. It's 7, we're up to 58. See what you did here. 2.27 feet cubed. You went from feet cubed to gallons. Fish tank that holds 2.27. So 1 gallon, 5 drops. Okay, yeah, that's correct. As long as you multiplied and divided, which looks like it's multiplying, that looks good to me.
Nice.
So that's good.
Well, I have fish too, so I'm like, and that seems like a lot, but like for that amount of like water, it makes sense because my tank is
Okay.
smaller.
Yeah, and that works on some of these problems where you have some feel for what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. If 100 cars a day use the ferry, so ferry has a capacity of 6 tons. The average car weighs 508 pounds. That is not true. That's not even close to true. The average car is like 4,000 pounds or five, depending on,
Oh my
years.
God.
Yeah. Um, they're quite heavy. So, uh, so you start with 100 cars times one car is 508 pounds. So that'll tell us how many pounds it is, but we want to go pounds to tons, and it's 2,000 pounds is 1 ton. So let's first figure out how many, it's okay to do these intermediate ones, like how many tons is it? And so that's 25.4 tons. And we know that 6 tons is one trip of the ferry. That's this information. So tons, cancel the tons. So that number we just found divided by 6 ends up being 4.23 trips. But this is a better example because you cannot make a partial trip on a ferry. You either go all the way, so you typically round up to 5 trips.
Awesome. These are getting simpler, to be honestly, which is really
Right,
good.
right. Number 60. All right, a dump truck with 1,500 gallons of soil arrives on campus. To fill in some new planters on the quad. Each planter needs 2 cubic yards of soil. How many planters can be filled fully? Okay, so we got 1,500 gallons. That's what we're starting with. What we're given. And we need to go gallons to yards if we can. Like hopefully there is that. I don't remember if there is.
I don't think
Uh,
there is.
there is. 202 gallons is
Is there?
1 cubic yard.
Oh wow.
So that is that's good to know. And then we know that each planter, so one planter is 2 yards cubed of soil. It's all about getting those units to match up, cancel out. So this will tell us how many planters we can fill, which is going to be a lot. Let's see here. I take that back. It's not that many.
Would I would I multiply two 3 times, or would I just leave it as two and multiply two with 202?
You're dividing by two. Dividing by two.
Wait, so I don't multiply 202 by 2?
Oh, you can. Yeah, yeah. If you want to do that,
Okay.
uh,
Be like 4 enters.
well, so this
Mm.
one, it can't quite fill it up. So it's 3.7 planters. You don't, it's not asking how many do you need. It's just saying how many can be filled.
Right. So
So this is the
3.7
correct answer.
enters.
So you
Okay.
got to kind of, decide, is it reasonable or not? Like, do you need to round up because it's asking like, how many do you need? Or is it just asking like, how many?
Right. All right, awesome. Um, let me see. I have like one more, but it's an in-class review, so I don't really know if it's homework, but it's
Okay,
basically like the same that we were doing. So, we can do that. Should
sure.
we do that? Yeah,
Whatever you want. We got 15 minutes left. I mean,
might as
it's,
well. Might as well use it usefully. Let me just take a picture real quick. All right, it just delivered.
got it. Great. Okay,
Yep.
we'll upload here. Oh yeah, these are more of the same, the kind of
Yeah.
range and difficulty. Um, you may want to specify the order we go through them in, or pick some that you think might be more difficult than another. Um,
Um, let me go through them really quickly. And we do 19.
sure. Bud is making making 6 recipes of cookies. Each recipe calls for 71 grams of sugar. So how many kilograms of sugar does Bud need? So it is a little odd, but he's making 6 recipes. And each recipe is 71 grams of sugar. And then, so that tells us how many total grams we need. And then you go to grams to kilograms. So grams to kilograms, there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. Yours might be a slightly different conversion, but where you're putting the number on the top and the bottom, but it's the same. We'll multiply the top. So grams are canceling. So we got 0.426 kilograms.
Can we do 21?
So we did a couple like this already today. You just gotta be careful that you recognize, what you're actually converting. It's 76 miles on top, hours on the bottom. And we're going to kilometers per hour. And since the hours are already the same, you don't have to convert those. You just have to convert miles into kilometers. So there are 1.61 kilometers in 1 mile. Miles
Yeah,
cancel miles, 120
102 miles an hour.
kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go from here?
Um, let's do 22.
My cousin told me she's slid 165.1 centimeters. How long is this in feet and inches? 165.1 centimeters times there are 2.54 centimeters and 1 inch. Okay. And so this will give us the number of inches, which is a good place to start. Um, so 165.1 divided by 2.54. So this is good. This is exactly 65 inches. So um, that there is 12 inches in 1 foot, but if you divide by 12 here, if you take 65 and divide it by 12, you get 5.4. So that tells you there's 5 feet, but how many inches are left over? Well, we know that 5 feet, 1 foot is 12 inches. So that's 60 inches total. So there are 5 inches left over, 65 minus the 60. So it's 5 feet and 5 inches that are left over. So it's kind of like you do it in, do part of it the way we've been doing, and then part of it you gotta sit there and say, okay, well, it's not, we don't talk about our height in fractional parts of a foot. We talk about it in terms of, inches.
Wait. Oh my god. Wait. So how did you get 60 inches over 5? I must have missed that part.
Okay, so just backing up here, like we figured out that 65 divided by 12 is 5.42 feet. Okay. 65 inches right here divided by
Mhm.
12 is 5.42. So we know that that's 5 feet, but we need to know how many inches that is because we want to subtract that out from this. So we convert from feet to inches. That's 60 inches. 5 feet is really 60 inches of the 65. So how many inches are left over? We take the 65 inches and subtract the 5 inches. 60 inches to get 5 inches.
Okay. Heard.
It may be helpful for you to remember that, for example, like 5 feet is 60 inches and like 6 feet is 72 inches. That could be helpful.
Okay.
So that's 22.
We can do. On 23 is kind of looking confusing.
Let's take a look at that. All right, the first coat of paint for the outside walls of a building requires 1 liter of paint for each 10 meters squared of wall surface. Second coat requires 1 liter for every 15 meters squared. Paint costs $3.50 per liter. What will be the cost of 2 coats of paint for the 4 outside walls of the building that has 4,200 centimeters squared? Okay, so just to be clear, like you want to do the first coat, the second coat, and then add the results together. They both start with a building that's 4,200,000 centimeters squared. And so we got to go to, we know that for paint, 10, we need to go from centimeters to meters because this is in meters squared. Centimeters to meters, we know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. We need to square that. So that'll cancel with that. And then we know that 10 meters squared is 1 liter. So meter squared cancels meter squared. We still have to square this down here. And then we know that for the first coat, sorry, well, it's the same price. So it's 1 liter is $3.50. So the conversion here in the middle is to get it to meters squared, then it's meter squared for a liter. Liter costs that much. So that's the price for the first coat. Now the second coat is really similar, except this time it's 15. Sorry, no, sorry. It's still this one, still the 1/100 squared, centimeters squared, meters squared, still that. But here it's 1 liter gets you 15 meters squared, but it's still 350 per liter for the second coat. So we get both of these numbers and then add them together. The first one is $147. Second one is $98. Is that okay?
And then you say you add them together.
Looks like it ends up being $245.
That's not that much, honestly.
Yeah.
Or does it seem like
I
that
don't
much?
I don't know if the paint is that's priced correctly. I have no idea. I haven't bought paint in a while. Probably like everything
Mhm.
else that's gone up.
Right.
Don't it was a side point, but buy good paint. That's one of those things like I don't know why people cheap out on that. Get the best paint you can. You only do it
Right.
once.
Yeah, no, that is a good idea.
All
All
right.
right.
What do you we got some more time here? What
Yeah.
else would you like us to work on today?
Um, let's do 28.
Okay. All right, Labrador gave birth to 3 puppies. The first puppy weighed 5.1 kilograms. How many grams did the puppy weigh? So again, sometimes there's extra information. Like you don't care that it's 3 puppies. You just want to know how much did the first puppy weigh? Just the first one. Because this asks about
Yeah.
that puppy. So you start with the given weight, 5.1 kilograms. times how many kilograms are in a gram or how many grams are in a kilogram. So there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. So this is 510. No, one, two, like that, 5,100 grams, like that. So not too bad. If it asked about all three, you would multiply by all three or by three,
Right.
but it does not.
Let's do 29 next.
Okay. 29 says if you drink 1,893 milliliters of water in a day, how many gallons is this? So you're looking to see like, can I go from milliliters to gallons?
Yeah.
And probably not, but you can probably go like you start looking, well, what can I do to get to gallon? You can go liters to gallons. We've done that a bunch
Hmm.
today. So if we go milliliters to liters, then we can go liters to gallons. There's 3.79 liters in 1 gallon. There are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And then everything cancels except for what you want at the end, the gallons there. And I don't even know if this is reasonable or not. I don't know if like this is you know, but whatever it is, this ends up being 0.5 gallons. I
Okay.
think most people should drink a little more than that in
Yeah, I
the
think you usually drink like a gallon a day or something.
yeah, usually like an ounce per pound in your body,
Yeah.
something like that. Um, so we're getting here pretty close to the end here. I mean, maybe one more short one here. I don't know. Anything stand out
Um,
to you? You feel good about where you are?
Honestly, I felt pretty good at where I
Do you
think
have
I'll
the
be good
answers
for
to
the test
these?
tomorrow.
Do you have
No,
the
I
answers?
don't.
Okay. All right. So I mean, I'd recommend redoing all the ones we did, all the ones that you've been working on. It's going to come from this. I mean, it can't be that
Yeah.
much different. So,
Right. I hope it's not.
all right, let me go ahead and stop.